everyone. So I'm not even going to do the whole intro today because I really wanted to do this podcast, but I am actually quite short on time. Apologies, I have been away, just a bunch of stuff going on that I'm not even going to get into. But thank you, everyone, for your messages on my post on the community tab. So I'm going to get straight into it because there's actually a lot of good stuff to talk about, some interesting stuff to talk about. Um, Obviously, I've been away, so I feel like you've all had time on other channels and between yourselves to talk about just what an amazing time it was for our faves the last few days. So, first of all, everyone can hear me okay, right? I am playing around with a new mic, so hopefully I do sound a lot better than I usually do. Um, First things first, Harry in New York. Wow. Um, he said a lot with the few things that he said, and they've been trending. Some of them funny, some of them quite serious, but nonetheless impactful. It's actually a very, very good interview. He spoke on a couple of topics that he spoke on before, but I think with more vigor than he's ever spoken about it before. Um, I think Harry gets a lot more confident with, I mean, he's confident anyway, but I think, especially leading up to this court case, it's like, well, he has a point to prove and he's ready. Hi, everyone who's just joining us. Hey, Mina. Hey, Elaine. Patricia Smith, you were first right in there. I saw you. Cookies and cream. Hello. Thank you to the mod squad. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Gwen. So let's get on to some of the things that Harry said, because wow, didn't he say some things? Oh, some more pictures, by the way. Oh, and he's also just looking fantastic. Is this Dior, Givenchy? He wears a lot of Dior. So first of all, let's get on to the more funny thing that he said about rumors about him and Meghan. And the interviewer did bring up the the constant trolling and just the endless stories. And Harry just said, the best way to just deal with it is to just not read about it, and you relinquish power. And I think that is half true. I think you relinquish or you block them from having power over you and your mind. But the press do still have power to change people's opinions, and in a very, very dangerous way. But it's great to see that, Harry and likely Meghan have done that inner work to take away that power from the press within themselves, because it's not really, anything they can do about it on a day-to-day basis. They can just press ahead with litigation and hope the justice system does its job, although it hasn't done it so far. But hopefully, we might just get there, or at least at the beginning of it, going forward with this case. But regarding specifically speculation about their marriage, he talked about, the fact that he said, "Because you invited me, you should have known," Prince Harry interjected, which made the audience laugh. Sorkin then replied, "True, is that normal for you? The second there's an article, she's in California, you're in New York, they say, well, what is happening with these two, right? Is that a good thing for you in a way, that there's so much interest in you?" I mean, William just jetted off to France, so it just shows the double standard, because there's no speculation about, the other royal marriage. Um, and then Harry responded to that by saying, "No, that's definitely not a good thing. Apparently, we've bought or moved house 10 to 20 times. We've apparently divorced 10 to 12 times. The asparagus lady said it, so it must be true." So it's just like, what Prince Harry said with a laugh. It's hard to keep up with, but that's why you just sort of ignore it. The people I feel most sorry about are the trolls, he continued. Their hopes are just built and built, and it's like, yes, 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 and then it doesn't happen. So I feel sorry for them. I genuinely do. Do you hear that, Angela Latrine? Hear that, Dan Wooten? Y'all hear that? Do you feel sorry for you? I mean, why you would be preying on someone's downfall so much? Goodness knows. Goodness knows. What do you get from preying on someone's downfall? Mind you, it's Harry and Meghan keeping them afloat. So why are you praying for their downfall? And that message about the trolls just resonated and got retweeted and picked up on quite a bit, as it should, because it's true. You don't want to believe what's right in front of you. You would rather believe a lie. Okay, on to the next thing. So Harry also stopped by an art-filled gala gallery launch party. Harry said that he was slightly new to the art world and heartened by the power of art to bring people together. I can definitely see Harry and Meghan becoming art patrons if they're not already. This is the start. So Harry stepped out of the Keysmith Gallery to attend an intimate cocktail reception to officially kick off its exhibition, Friend. The display, which People exclusively revealed earlier this week, features works by pioneers of minimalism and op art and contemporary artists. And as always, guess what? No leaks. The exhibition opens to the public on December 14th and runs until January 19th. If you are in New York, make sure you go and support. And 100% of the gallery's proceeds from the scale of the art will be donated to Sentebale, of course, art with a cause. The showcase is free to attend, and visitors have the option to make on site donations to the organization. I and we and everybody at Sentebale are hugely grateful for you putting this together. You have been a joy, and your team have been an absolute joy to work with, so we are massively grateful for that, Prince Harry said about Keith Smith, the curator behind the exhibition. Amazing. So he went to the book summit and then slid on under the radar to do this as well. Also, in the book summit, this talking about the upcoming court case. Now, he didn't say a lot, but like I said, what he did say was quite interesting. Specifically, he said the scale of the cover up is so large that people need to see it for themselves. Harry said, adding the details of the cover up will be the piece that really shocks the world. I mean, I'm ready for whatever it is we apparently don't know. I'm ready for it. Harry also said that the settlements would have been a more lucrative 100 times over. Harry will not be bought. William taking a measly million. Harry will not be bought. Harry said the hacking claim is almost 15 years old. The cover up of the hacking is relatively new, and I think that will be the piece that really shocks the world. The goal is accountability. That means that unfortunately, the scale of the cover up is so large that people need to see it for themselves. The problem that we had last time, and the reason people didn't see it for themselves, is the press aren't going to report on the wrongdoings of the press. That's why, I mean, to be honest, if maybe if you were following alternative media at the time, or maybe more left-leaning media that was more likely to um, cover the whole Murdoch scandal a little bit more accurately, you wouldn't have really gotten a good sense of what the scale of what was going on. I think for a lot of people, on a s- on a surface level, it was about celebrity hacking. Elegant pause. Love your voice and dictation. Okay, that tells me that my mic has gotten better and I'm speaking a lot better. Thank you. That's the first time I've seen a comment like that. Okay, I will continue to speak like this and continue to use this mic. I still feel like I can get a better quality mic, but this is what we're going to do with for now. It's better than what we had before, isn't it, folks? Yes, Lottie, I was so glad to hear Harry felt sorry for the trolls. I mean, I think he was trolling the trolls when he said that, but yeah, you gotta pity them. Pity the fool. All right, on to the glamour. Let's get on to it, shall we? Meghan, now you've seen the pictures. I think I'm just going to stay here for the rest of 2024. Elegant, serene, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy, very much wearing is that a $25,000 non-taxpayer funded diamond tennis necklace? Yes. It's always with the details with her. Notice there's no earrings. Simple makeup, not overdone, understated, as Meghan always does. Color black, respectful to the event and the fact that it's her friend's event. Demure, but not taking away the shine. And yes, we were here to honour our godfather Tyler Perry at the Paley Centre, who posted, "What an unforgettable evening last night, the Paley Centre for Media," and had the immense honour of celebrating the one and only Tyler Perry, held at the iconic Beverly Wilshire Hotel. This magical event brought together luminaries from across entertainment, media, and philanthropy to pay tribute to a true visionary. We are deeply grateful for everybody who joined us in honoring Tyler Perry, an actor, writer, director, producer, studio owner. By the way, Tyler Perry actually has a new movie out about black women. I believe it's American black women who served in one of the wars. I haven't looked too deep into it, but I've seen the posters and it does actually look amazing. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Medea fan, that kind of genre of Tyler Perry, but this more um, deeper storytelling, historic storytelling, that I'm definitely about. So definitely go and check that out, support the movie. I'll get more details for it tomorrow. Also, this is the tennis necklace that Meghan wore, the 18-carat fortune necklace, and apparently the diamonds are meant to represent like droplets, something to do with rebirth. So again, always very intentional with her style. And of course, Meghan would come out to honor Tyler because it was him that reached out. And let's be honest, it's because of Meghan that Tyler Perry reached out to Harry and Meghan. I think if Harry was with uh, a different girl, I don't think he would have reached out. He saw what was up with that family, and he said, "I will be here for you, you good, my good sis." Oprah saw it, and she gave them a platform. Um, Unfortunately, derangers will never leave their 72 stages of grief. They're just gonna have to stay there. You can see from these pictures that Harry and Meghan are loved, they're protected, they're connected. What are they gonna do at this point? Just carry on screaming into the void? Give me one sec, folks. Okay, there was a little bit of background noise. Okay, we can continue. Okay, we also had the Christmas Carol concert. And I'm not actually concerned with the concert, I'm concerned with other things surrounding the concert. Nice to see the grin is back. Maybe I'm a fan now because I missed it. It's back. Um, First thing I noticed about this, the crowds, they look small, but those aren't actually the crowds, the crowds. Um, Granted, the crowds are getting smaller, but they are actually the crowds are so pushed back this year that you can see more cars than crowds. Partly, I think this is because of security, and I also think it's because they don't want the not my king folk, who surprisingly weren't actually there. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't. It could be taking a break. It could be the weather. Could just be also be because it's a Christmas Carol concert. So maybe slightly less political. They weren't there this time, but I do think the crowds being pushed further and further back is going to start to be a thing more often. Um, the other thing that I wanted to mention about this was it appears that some derangers were invited. An account that regularly posts some pretty nasty stuff got an invite. When do you ever see um, trolls specifically being invited to Harry and Meghan events? They just wouldn't do it. I don't really know what to say about this other than it's obvious that someone in the palace or some people are in contact with trolls and derangers. I think that's just it just speaks for itself because of all the people that you could invite, servicemen and women, doctors, nurses, and you're inviting trolls. We're also flying out to see them. I tell you, William is so disappointing. Continues to be disappointing. When I saw this tweet by Roy Anika, she said the Prince of Wales will hold bilateral meetings this evening with US President elect Donald Trump and FLOTUS in Paris before attending the ceremony marking the official opening of Notre Dame. Oh, reopening, sorry. It burnt down and they reconstructed it and it reopened yesterday. They had a huge ceremony. Um, Apparently, William was asked to go by the government. I don't believe that he could not have said no, and I want to know why he thought that this was a good look. What what is he gaining from this? Somebody tell me you what you feel he's gaining from this. Other than a boost to his ego, I guess. I don't know, because all I see him doing is digging a bigger and bigger grave as we go towards his kingship. This is the same Orange, by the way, who made comments about Kate's top nude photos, which I feel obviously I don't like Kate, but I still akin this to victim blaming. Like a woman should just be allowed to be on the beach without random men taking photos of her. Doesn't matter if she's a normal woman or a well-known person. And those men who take those photos have the choice not to. And here we had the Orange himself tweeting this back in that was 2012. William was apparently furious about it. Really? Doesn't seem furious now. He also, in the past, has made comments about Diana, joked about making Princess Diana take a HIV test before you know what. Charles Spencer once actually tweeted, surprised to hear that Donald Trump is apparently claiming that my late sister wanted to kiss his A double snakes, since the one time she mentioned him to me when he was using her name to sell some real estate in New York, she clearly viewed him as worse than an ANAL Fisher. Right. What is wrong with William? I think he's so desperate to be a statesman. He thought this was a good idea. Mind you, the government could have sent anyone, secretary, foreign secretary, secretary of arts, some representatives from the arts. I mean, to me, the reopening of Notre Dame was a cultural event. This was not a state event. Maybe for France and French officials, maybe they regarded it as a state event, but for foreign dignitaries, this was a cultural event. I didn't see the point of Donald Trump being there. I didn't see the point of First Lady Elon being there. First Lady Elon looking very pretty. Prettiest I've seen him look so far. I find this scary, y'all. Do you find this scary? Anyway, congratulations to France for the reopening of Notre Dame. Thankfully, it did not burst back into flames the moment the Donald walked in. William, of course, is still on his crusade to end homelessness. Roy and Nika actually posted that one of the individuals who was at the shelter was so taken by William that he just had to post the pictures of what was meant to be a private event. So private, you had photographers with giant cameras. Y'all, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Anyway, look, had to give a rundown of all the important news, and I managed to do it in under 20 minutes. Amazing. But the most important part was this. This and Harry's comments about the court case. I want to know what is so epic that we don't know, or our conspiracy theory minds aren't already, you know, thinking about what is so epic? My gosh. They covering up murder? Black Queen, thank you so much for the coffee. Much appreciated. All right, folks. I really do have to go. I'm so sorry. I would have loved to do much longer podcasts, do call-ins, but maybe towards the end of the year. I think we'll have a good end of year party where we'll have lots and lots of call-ins. Everybody can give their opinions. I'll give you more time to speak. um, and yeah, we can really like really reflect on the year. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you as always. Going to there. I will not do the outro. And I'm wishing you all an incredible week. Ciao.